ನಮ್ಮ ಶ್ರೀಧರ್ ಅವರು ಸೀನಿಯರ್ ಕಾಮ್ರೇಡ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಮೈಸೂರಿಗೆ ವಿಸಿಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಈ ದಿನ ಒಂದು ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಹೊಸದಿನ. ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಕೆಲವು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳಿದೆ. ಈಗ ಆಲ್ ಇಂಡಿಯಾ ಲೆವೆಲಲ್ಲಿ ಆಲ್ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ ಸುಮಾರು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳನ್ನ ನಾವು ಫೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ ದಿನಗಳಾಯ್ತು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ, ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ದಿನಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಧ್ಯಮಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತೆ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ತಾ ಇರುವಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಕೇಳಿದಿರಿ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಗಳಿಗೂ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥ ಯಾವುದೇ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್, ಏನೇ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದ್ರೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ನೇರವಾಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡುವಂಥ ಅವಕಾಶ ನಮಗೆಲ್ಲ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇವಾಗ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಸದುಪಯೋಗ ಪಡಿಸ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನಿಮ್ದು ಏನೇ ಡೌಟ್ಸ್ ಇದ್ರು ಕೂಡ ನೀವು ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ಅವ್ರನ್ನ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೇಳ್ಬೋದು. ಅದು ಪ್ರಮೋಷನ್ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, LSG ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಅಥವಾ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಇರ್ಬೋದು, ಯಾವ್ದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಆದ್ರೂ ಅದನ್ನ ಮುಕ್ತವಾಗಿ ಚರ್ಚೆ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ನಮ್ಗೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನಮಗೆ ಈ ದಿನ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಸಿಕ್ಕಿರೋದು ಸುದಿನ, ಅದನ್ನ ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಯುಟಿಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ನಮ್ಗೆ ಇನ್ನೂ ಸುಮಾರು ಜನ ಇರಲಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತನಕ ನಾವು ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಣ. ಅವರ ಹಿತನುಡಿಗಳನ್ನ ಕೇಳೋಣ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಾನು ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
You should also know, more youngsters come to the department actually. All of you should know the differences between the union. The NMPE union, the NMPT, that is earlier called NMPT, it was formed in 24/11/1954. The union is actually, earlier there were many unions were there, UPTDU, All India Post and RMS unions, likewise more unions were there. All the unions were amalgamated and they made it as a one and called as a National Federation of Postal and Telegram Employees. With one condition, there will be 9 unions. No union go out from the NMPTE, and also no union can be expelled by the NMPE. All unions should work together. There will be only one union for one department. This was the practice. This was this was formed during 1954. Later on, what happened? Actually, during 1960, the Confederation of Central Employees, they demanded, they made a strike one day. Indifferent strike for June. They conducted strike for 5 days, in which they made a demand of the need-based minimum wage. What is need-based minimum wage? There was one Dr. Ackroyd was appointed, and the Dr. Ackroyd has given the formula. For one family, there are 4 members, husband and wife and 2 children. Husband, he can take 1 full unit. Wife, 0.8 unit. Children, 0.6 unit. And another children, 0.6 unit. So the 3 unit, the minimum salary has to be divided from 3 units. How these 3 units are divided? Based on the groceries, based on the meat, based on the milk, everything. Everything they are putting together and they are making the unit. So 3 unit is a minimum amount that should be given like this. But that was not given at that time. So our people have went on strike. During 1960, many comrades have been sent out and our leaders have been handcuffed and they have been just taken in the street. They were taken in the streets like a dog. They have been arrested. Many people have been arrested and lodged in jail, something. Such a militant movement, 1960. More retrenchment, more punishment, more. But everything we have, thereafter everything the union has changed, everything. After that 1968, on the very same demand, need-based minimum wage, we conducted a strike on 19/9/1968. In the 1968 strike, there was a mass dismissal. More people have been sent out from the department, more arrests, everything. Our recognition has been withdrawn from the NMPE. At that time, the FNBO was formed. The government called one of the dissident in the NMPTE, K. Ramamurthy, FNBO K. Ramamurthy, you should know about him. He was a leader of the National Federation of Post and Telegraph Employees right from its formation. And he was defeated in the 1964 conference. He could not come up again. He was defeated in the conference. Suppose in the divisional union, one person is contesting every year and he is totally defeating. At one stage he will also win. Why should I remain there? I will go out and I will become the secretary of another union. Such an impression has been come to our comrade Ramamurthy, and he formed a FNBU, and he has not formed. The government called him. Government asked him, you say, who are all the office bearers? Who are all the division? I will nominate them. I will grant them, accord them recognition. Only based on this, the union was formed. FNBO was formed only on the basis, only on the patronage of the government. We have not been given any recognition at the time. Our recognition has been withdrawn. Our leaders were put into jail. Several leaders, several people have been suspended, dismissed. So many charge sheets. Everything is going on. But the FNBO could not grow even after that such or intimidation to our members also, our leaders also. It is growing. It is growing. NFP is growing, steadily growing, and thereafter also. Even though all the patronage was given to FNBO, they could not grow. There was one incident. It will be very interesting to know. During 1969, we are not having any recognition. Our leaders were waiting to see the DG post. They were waiting. And similarly, the recognized FNBO union, they were also waiting to see the DG. When DG entered the room, he immediately called our leaders, you come inside. One of our leaders jokingly said, when recognized people are there, you are calling us first, you are calling us. Then DJ told, no, they are recognized by us, you are recognized by the workers. They are recognized by us, but you are recognized by the workers. Yes, that prestige, that is there for the NFP. That is for the NFP. Even after the Brijlal Verma, he formed Bharatiya Union, it could not grow. Even on today, even though BJP Sarkar is there, all the patronage they are giving, even though as per the RSC rule, they should not be given any meeting, anything else, they are also being granted meetings, special cash relief, mela, everything. But they cannot grow. Because our NFP is blood vein oriented. When you are saying NFP Zindabad means it will give you the spirit. Itself giving you the spirit. So, other union, there is a difference. Nowadays, even though whatever be the program, whatever be the issue taken, that will be only from our NFP. From the NFP only. And people are expecting the report from the NFP only. Everybody knows because still we are commanding 70% membership at all India level. Still we are commanding 70% membership. And also the younger generation, they don't know the difference between this union and that union. Because they don't know the history of the previous records. So they are simply thinking they are also good people, they are also being like this. But it is not the case actually. Our NFP, by itself, we are having the militant struggle. That is, always we used to say unity for struggle and struggle for unity. Comrades, I am actually, in the history when you are seeing, our people, how much they sacrificed. In Punjab police station, I could not immediately recollect the name actually. I went there. I have gone there. I want to see the first platform of this. They took me. The same first platform during 1968 strike. Our employees, central government employees, they are making hartar in front of the train. They were laying down before the train in the platform. Military man came back to the driver and just put his pistol during his neck and say, you go back. On the spot, 3 people died. Please just imagine whether they would not have any images about their family, whether these people have not about the future of their life or something else. But they sacrifice it. But they sacrifice their life because of our future generation. Comrade, without sacrifice in the union, you cannot do anything. You have to sacrifice something. There is one very good quote is that it is a unique privilege for a very few to suffer for the cause of many. It is a unique privilege. That privilege will be available only to them, not available to everybody. It is a unique privilege for a very few. Only it is available for a few percent. To suffer, actually they have to suffer for the cause of many. If many people have to live peacefully, some people have to do some sacrifice. We are doing the sacrifice. Today also, because of today's holidays, many people would have gone for tour, enjoying everything. Many people would have seen before the TV, or many people would have rise up very late in the morning also. Some life they will also enjoy. But all of you are assembling here. You are doing some sacrifice. You are doing some sacrifice according to your standard. But when you are elevated to the next level, you have to sacrifice more. You have to sacrifice, you have to devote your knowledge, everything. Comrade, wisdom and militancy, both are required for the trade unionist. If you are possessing only wisdom, you are knowing about knowledge, writing, commenting, everything, that is not sufficient. Wisdom and knowledge, wisdom and militance, knowledge and militancy, if both together, definitely you can conquer the world. You can conquer the people. Your division superintendent cannot be allowed to hold and to run as the unbridled horse. You can control him. You can control. If the division secretary is having the braveness and also the militancy, and the people are supporting him fully, if all the members are supporting him fully, definitely we can win over any situation. Provided, but in the postal department, nothing can be done. You need not worry. Even if they are issuing any rule 14, rule 16, it can be challenged and it can be thrown away. Even if they are issuing punishment, they cannot send out from the department for trade union activity. Oh, issue, I am willingly accepting it. And when I was joining the CHQ during 2006, I met one officer. He told, I was in Kerala, but whatever the punishment issued to our union people in Kerala, they will not even represent. Even the punishment is unjustified. They will not represent, they will not make appeal against the punishment. When I used to ask them, why you have not appealed, I would have said this like this. No, it is a pride for me to accept such a punishment. I got the punishment because of my trade union participation. It is a prize awarded to me. I need not worry about it. You told during 2006, now situation has been changed earlier. So the militancy, even in West Bengal, the people are very much militant. If you say within 1 hour they will gather and they will come out. But so far the knowledge is concerned, they are lacking. Sorry,
DQ and ABG.
ಅಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಹೊಸ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್
DQ I could not understand.
What is new software developed? So he comes, a person, customer comes to a post office, he draws some money, and then it takes some time to upload. By that time, he go to ATM and he draws there also. Aದೇನೋ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಇದೆ ಆ ಸಾಫ್ಟ್ವೇರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ. ಅದನ್ನ ನಿಧಾನ ನೋಡೋಣ.
Still that problem is here.
It has not been implemented in
Well,
Kannada.
actually,
ಒನ್ ಡಿವಿಷನ್ ಮಾಡೋದನ್ನ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲ ಇಷ್ಟ.
actually this provision is not available in Tamil Nadu, I think so.
Only in Andhra Pradesh.
Only in Karnataka, sir.
ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ they started in ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ವೆಸ್ಟ್.
Okay.
Andhra it was implemented, sir. That is it.
Actually, we used to say, because in the single headed officer, our PA is actually he is making a withdrawal, you know. After making the withdrawal, he has to again come out and go fresh with the SPM ID and he has to approve it. But generally we are not doing it. And in the meantime, because only finally we are approving it, this practically. Suppose in the meantime, if anybody wants to make problem, that is the problem. The chances are
That
also
is
there.
duration
Chances are
syncing duration is not, sir.
Yes.
That is syncing.
Actually, syncing duration, yes.
Synchronizing. Within that time, if anybody goes to ATM and draws, that is the problem is there.
Is there still a concept of sub-account assistant in BO attached office?
Okay.
BO attached sub-office.
Okay, you can make a reference. Actually, you can make a reference to central headquarters.
After rollout of RICD device, every BO there should only work all the and in SO the work is minimized. But still is there concept of sub-account assistant, BO account officer.
Okay. You can make, yeah?
ಅದು ಇವು ಲೇಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಪಾರ್ಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದ್ರೊಳಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ನಾನು ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಮೇಜರ್ ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿರೋದು. ನೀವೆಲ್ಲ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ಆಗಿ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಲ್ಲ, ನಿಮ್ ಜೊತೆಲಿ ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಡ್ಯೂಟಿ ಮಾಡುವಾಗ ನೀವು ಪಕ್ಕದಲ್ಲಿ ಇನ್ಫ್ಲೂಯೆನ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ಕೌಂಟ್ರಲ್ಲೆಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಮೇಯ್ನ್ ನಮ್ಮಲ್ಲಿ ಮೇಯ್ನ್ ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಯೂನಿಯನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನಂದ್ರೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಎದುರ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀರಾ ನೀವು. SSB ಯಾರಿಗಾರ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟ ತಕ್ಷಣ ಆ ಮೇಡಮ್ಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ, ಮೇಡಮ್ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೇಕು ಮೇಡಮ್ ತಲೆನೋವು, ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಮೇಡಮ್, 4,000 25 ತಿಂಗಳು ತಾನೆ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ಕಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಅಂತೀವಿ. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಆರೋಪ ಪಟ್ಟಿ. ಆ ಆರೋಪ ಪಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಎದುರ್ಕೊಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಇನ್ನು ಆರೋಪ ಇನ್ನೂ ಪ್ರೂವ್ ಆಗಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಲ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಪುಸ್ತಕ ಇದು ನಮ್ಮ ಅಟ್ಮಾಸ್ಫಿಯರ್ ಡ್ರಾಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇರೋದು. ಸುಮಾರು ಕಡೆ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನೀವು ಎದುರುಬೇಡಿ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಎ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್. ಬರೀ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ಗೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಎದುರ್ಕೋತೀರಾ? ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಕಾಲ ಮೇಡಮ್, ಅಯ್ಯೋ ಒಂದು ಲಕ್ಷ ಅವ್ರೆ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ KV ಶ್ರೀಧರನ್ ಅವ್ರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಏನ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ, ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಶುರು ಮಾಡೋಣ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 1 ಲಕ್ಷ ನಮ್ಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ಬೇಕು, ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಇದು 4,00,000 ಅಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಈಗ ಮನೆ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದ್ರು ಆಯ್ತು, ಟೈಮ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ 25 months ಓವರ್ 1 lakh ಗಾನ್ ಆಯ್ತು, ಐ ಆಮ್ ಹ್ಯಾಪಿ ಅಂತಾರೆ ಮೇಡಮ್.
Actually, I want to say something also to you. These are all, even though out of the, we have to discuss about it. When any officer is approaching you for giving you statement, please don't give statement immediately. I am requesting all of you, don't give statement immediately. You ask them, I want to peruse the record. I want to see the nominal role. I want to see the nominal role, whether I was interested in the work on the very same day. I want to see whether I was doing the same work at the branches. I want to see. Okay. All these items, without checking, please don't give the statement. And also don't give the statement as per the dictates of the officers. Officers will say, please, I will talk to SSP, and you are very innocent, you are not a culprit, you don't know anything. I know you are very honest person. I will save you. Simply accept it, no problem. You simply accept it. And thereafter no officer will come and give the rescue you also. Don't expect such kind of sympathy from the officers. Don't give the statement as per the dictates of the officers. Today, one ASP was coming and asking you statement. Sir, I want to see the records and also I want to see the rulings, everything I want to see the ruling. Then only I can give the statement. You come after 2 days or after 1 day. Like this, you tell him. No. You have to give the statement today itself. Otherwise, I will make you. I will talk to SP and I will make you under the put off duty or suspension like this. Suppose DDS they will say put up. Then sir, I will not give. No, you have to give. Then simply take the paper. I explained my inability to give the statement today because of my ill health and also want to recollect all the things. But the ASPO requested to give the statement. That's why I am giving the statement. That statement is having no value. Suppose in another, no validity at all. After that, no validity at all. That statement is waste. It cannot be used for anything. Sometimes, out of fairness, you are giving this statement. No, what? No, you dictate, I am dictating. Oh, you are doing something. If they are giving some, you exerting some pressure, you are giving this statement. In such occasions, immediately after the officer gone, you can write one letter. By coercing and by pressurizing me, I have given the statement that cannot be taken. Orders to SPOs through proper channel. Finish. One thing you should understand. The first statement is called as a prima facie statement. Prima facie statement means that suppose one person stabbed a person or killed a person. He is having the knife with the blood spot or something else. He was caught red-handed. At the time when he was giving any statement, that is giving important. Likewise, the prima facie statement. Whatever you are giving in the prima facie statement, that will come till the last of the inquiry. Suppose in Rule 14 cases, the Rule 14 cases, the charges have not been proved, okay, and they are saying you are not guilty in the inquiry officer report. Even after that also, the disciplinary authority, that is the officer, he can award you punishment by saying, taking the preponderance probabilities of the prima facie statement.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿತ್ತು ಅದನ್ನೇ ತಗೋತಾರೆ.
One division, one SPO, the early morning he has visited one sub office. The SPM was there. SPM just he also entered and SP also entered at the very same time. Immediately SP asked the SPM, you open the cash chest. He opened the cash chest and he checked the cash and everything. And he said, some 3,000 rupees short. Then the postmaster told him, no sir, I am having that 3,000 rupees in the dryer. I am keeping it in the dryer. Why you make it like this? Okay, when I checked 3,000 short, you give the statement now, no problem. It is not a big problem, you just give a statement like this. So immediately he told, whatever the SP said, he has immediately written all this. After reaching there, after some 1 or 2 months, he issued a Rule 14 charge sheet. There was a shortage of 3,000. Even though that fellow said, I was having 3,000 rupees in the dryer, you can also count these, because this is not figured in the statement. Understand? He has simply issued a charge sheet. And our union people have gone and they told, no, I was for a long time, I want to book him, I could not book him, but I got a very good chance, I booked him like to the union people. Now Rule 14 is going on. Even that cash dryer also, that I have told like this, if you would have mentioned in the statement itself, it will be more effective. And in another case, one branch postmaster, when the ASP visited the place and there was a shortage of 450 rupees something. Immediately you told, you give a statement, 450 rupees shortage like this. He gave the statement and subsequently what put off on the very same day. But as per the rule, the branch postmaster can keep the cash and stamps at the place which is suitable for him. It is not required that he should keep the cash and stamps in the branch office itself. He can keep them at his residence or some other place also. If that fellow would have gone to his home and bring the 400 rupees, there will be no problem. Unnecessarily, actually suspension, it is a everlasting damage to the society, our reputation in the society. That is also there. In another incident recently, these are all very recent happening in Tamil Nadu. I am getting all this. One post office, there was a withdrawal liability for next day 2 lakhs rupees. The closing balance was 1,76,000 rupees. The office was locked on the day night. Some burglar entered and intruded. But unfortunately, the postmaster has kept the chabi, the cashier's chabi in the drawer itself.
ಡ್ರೈವರ್ಲೆ ಬೀಗ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಸಾಕು.
And instead of keeping him in his personal custody, he put it in the drawer. He was afraid whether anything lost or something, some apprehension. So that fellow, after breaking the main door, he entered. He just saw the chabi was there. Immediately he opened the and he took the money. Okay. When it came, that Satyam through the division secretary, they called me. Then I told, don't worry, you don't remit the money. Whatever charges come, we will face it. We will face it. You don't remit the money. You tell them, inadvertently I have left the key in the office. Only that word you give. Don't give any other statement. Don't pay the money like this. But the division secretary and also the concerned person, no, it will create some problem like this. So immediately they made good 1,76,000 rupees on the same day. Okay. Now the SP issued Rule 14 charge sheet. Now SP issued Rule 14 charge sheet only for the purpose of keeping key in the office. No other charge. Understand? Suppose if you would not remit the amount, you will issue Rule 16 charge sheet and collect the amount only.
Sir, what if you lost a key, treasury key?
Pardon?
What if you lost a key?
Lost the key of safe locker. Custodian key.
If lost the key, they will sue you. You can get the duplicate free from the division office for the immediate use, and you have to bear the cost of the fresh lock and key.
That's
What?
all, sir.
That's all.
Only present.
ಬಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಬರಲ್ಲ.
Charge sheet is not required. Charge sheet is not required as per
One
charge
day
sheet. These are all the extra fittings by the officer. As per the rule. As per the rule, extra
ಅದಾಯ್ತು, ವಜಾ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು ಬೈಲ್ಕುಪ್ಪೆ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಮನ್ನಾ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. JP ನಗರ್ ಕೇಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀದ್ದು ಕೀ ದುಡ್ಡು ತಗೊಂಡ್ರು, ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೊಡ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬೈಲ್ಕುಪ್ಪೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ರು, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಶೀಟ್ ವಜಾ ಆಯ್ತು.